What's happening, Hardscapers? Today we're reviewing the ProBarrow electric wheelbarrow. Let's get into this. This has been one of my most requested videos. Every time I use my electric wheelbarrow in one of the videos, show footage of it, usually I get at least one type of comment where they say, let me know about that electric wheelbarrow. Let's get a review about that electric wheelbarrow. This is by ProBarrow. They're actually fairly local to me and they are a small operation. It's really nice what they've got going there. And they've got a few different models. Going off the website, just to give you some specifications on this specific wheelbarrow, I'm just going to go with the Elite model on this one because I think it's the model that I have. So the ProBarrow has 500-pound capacity, a 9 cubic feet standard drum, heavy gauge solid steel construction, 800-watt motor, 13-inch pneumatic tires, a flat-free option. I got the flat-free option after I had a little bit of tire issues. Nothing on ProBarrow for that. That was my own fault. Variable speed control, forward, reverse, 0 to 4 kilometers an hour, full typical working day runtime. That is true. I get at least a full day, and that's non-stop moving from start to finish. Exchangeable battery packs, and this measures in at 60 inches long, 28 inches wide, and 28 inches high at 138 pounds. This thing is really sturdy. I'm happy with the purchase. It works very simply with a battery that's really heavy that goes in an on and off switch. Battery gauge to tell you how full it is. Once it does start to lose, it moves a tick from the full, it really goes down fast to empty. So once you see that tick move from full to the next one over, you'll want to recharge that battery as soon as possible. It's got a forward and a reverse. It's quite a simple piece of equipment, but really valuable in my business. Essentially, the reason why I purchased this tool was because of my setup when I was first starting out in business. I knew right away I wanted to get some sort of powered wheelbarrow, just depended on which one I was going to get. Obviously, a buggy would be amazing, but I was starting in that lift and relay space, very low overhead, so I didn't want to have something that would have to go into a trailer or be lugged around like that. I had a pickup truck, that's it. So I needed something that could go underneath the tonneau cover, and this was the solution because this drum comes off and this wheelbarrow is now low enough that my tonneau cover can cover right up. So it was perfect, the perfect solution. You could get a gas-powered wheelbarrow, but ultimately those are too heavy and too high to be able to slide them into underneath my tonneau cover in my pickup truck. So really the best solution for this. And also the drum is actually really comparable to one of those smaller gas-powered wheelbarrows. So the size differential really made it easy purchase to get this rather than one of those gas-powered wheelbarrows. And in terms of pricing, this one was right around what those gas-powered wheelbarrows would cost. So obviously a buggy would be the next step up, but for my purpose when I was starting my business, and even still to this day, I really love this piece of equipment. I would say the thing that gas-powered wheelbarrows have going for it is that there's no effort whatsoever to have to push it or to pick it up. With this wheelbarrow, you do have to pick it up to be able to move forward. It's not operating on 4 wheels, so 2 wheels, you still have that upwards pressure that you have to apply, but other than that, it's really nothing to be able to move this very powerful machine to get through up slopes and down whatnot. One downside is that when it is low on battery, it'll all of a sudden just stop. So if you're going down a slope, you have to be really careful. It's caught me off guard a couple of times, almost launched me over it once. So that is a safety feature that's very difficult to have to get around and to be sure that you're charging the battery as much as possible. The battery lasts me about a day and a half if I'm using it non-stop and not charging at all, so that is a positive with this. It does put in a lot of work. Another downside would be dumping. It does require a little bit of fidgeting to be able to get everything out of the drum, and when you're dumping and reversing, if you're trying to stack material, it's really not the best solution for that. It's more so good for just dumping material, backing up, and letting that material flow out. So concrete work would actually be really good for this piece of equipment. In terms of stacking material in a bin, that gets really difficult to do. There are also other attachments other than the drum. You can get a flat deck if you are actually stacking material on top of it to get into a backyard or whatever. You can also get a trailer moving attachment as well, which is really cool. So this is ProBarrow. They are great at customer service, so I can say that I did have an axle, or actually a wheel, the key to it actually break off, and it wasn't moving my wheelbarrow. I contacted them, I actually took it out to them, and they fixed it for me on the spot. So really incredible. Thank you, ProBarrow. And they don't sponsor this video whatsoever. I do think that you need some sort of powered wheelbarrow. It really takes a lot of pressure off you. I got it really for my guys because I saw this solution at a conference and thought it would be a really good idea for my business as well. So they really did enjoy having to not have to exert as much pressure or force, and it really does save them. That being said, sometimes they did prefer just the manual wheelbarrow over this one, especially when you're filling up a bin and stacking material. Like I was talking about in this video, there's a few different options for wheelbarrows for you. If you're going just the one wheel manual wheelbarrow, I really like my ToughX wheelbarrows. Those are also local to me, which is really nice. It is indestructible for the most part, and it's plastic, and it has flat free tires. It is a really awesome wheelbarrow. Those are those orange wheelbarrows with the yellow tires. I highly recommend those for a wheelbarrow. And then I think this ProBarrow is the next step up from that, and it's a very big step up from that. Anytime you don't have to push or pull something, it's excellent. It saves you a lot of energy, especially throughout the day. Like I said in this video, dumping is a little bit tricky with it, but you can definitely get over that, especially if you're just dumping gravel into your base. And like I said, it's completely portable. 3 pieces, you can pull it apart. The drum, the actual frame, and the battery pack, very easy to move around and very easy to store. Perhaps the next step up from this maybe is one of those gas-powered wheelbarrows. I personally don't think it's quite a step up. I think one of the benefits is you don't actually have to lift up on something and exert that force. You just have something that you're going back and forth. The downside is you have to continually pay for gas, especially the maintenance. The maintenance on the ProBarrow is nothing, and that is a huge benefit, especially for me and my business. I'm always looking for maintenance-free things, so I like the battery-powered. In addition, those gas-powered wheelbarrows, much higher in height, much longer, much wider, so you're definitely taking up more space in wherever you're storing it and transporting it as well. And perhaps the best step up from that would be a buggy, some sort of gas-powered buggy, where you maybe even have a stand on and you're able to rotate, dump, all at a push of a button. Not that the gas-powered wheelbarrows don't do that, but the gas-powered wheelbarrows seem to be more comparable in size, at least the drum, to the ProBarrow electric wheelbarrow, whereas the buggies can hold a lot more material. That means less trips in and out of a backyard. And even some of them, you can actually extend it up and dump, which allows you to dump into the side of a bin that's on the ground rather than actually having to go up into the bin, dump, and then come back out. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, whatever it might be about this ProBarrow, leave it in the comment section below. I'll respond to anybody and everybody. What do you use for your electric wheelbarrows, gas-powered wheelbarrows, buggies, whatever that might be? Leave that in the comment section below. Like this video if you found it helpful for whatever reason, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching.